That larvae was delicious. A lot of people getting back to travel. Of course, March break just around the corner, so you're going to see a lot of families traveling. But what to think about when traveling, in particular, those natural remedies for some of those ailments that we get when we travel. My next guest, you'll recognize her. She's here with some great tips. Dr. Joyce Johnson joining us on the show. Welcome. Great to have you here, Joyce. And Joyce, are you and your family back to traveling at all?
We are, but this is a really busy time. So we're not going anywhere March break. We're kind of doing a staycation, maybe heading into Toronto for a couple of days, but that's about it.
Yeah, my wife and I are celebrating our 10-year anniversary, so we're going away after March break. It's just a little less busy at different locations, and of course a little bit more affordable. But when you're traveling, I mean, as you know, Joyce, you're eating different foods, right? You find yourself in a different environment, and you've got some great suggestions on sort of how to ease some of those digestive issues that we can have on vacation.
Yes, absolutely. And I know we do travel a lot as a family, and you always want to have something on hand, especially if you're going to a different country, or maybe it's somewhere where you don't speak the language. So it can be difficult going to a regular store and leaving maybe a resort to try and find what you're looking for. So when it comes to digestive upset, you want to make sure that you are eating foods that are rich in probiotics.
Okay.
So probiotics are those good bacteria in your tummy, your digestive tract. We're talking yogurt, kombucha, fermented vegetables. So, sauerkraut, pickles, any sort of fermented vegetable. Or what a lot of people do, especially when you're heading down to areas that the water might cause some havoc with your system, look to a probiotic. So lots of great probiotics that you can take that don't require refrigeration. I think that's key, especially for traveling. You want to make sure you don't have to be worried about having to put it into a refrigerator, that it will be stable enough if you can just carry it with you. And that really will help give that good bacteria a boost in your tummy.
Yeah, agreed. And I travel with a probiotic, and I take it fairly regularly. And you can get chewables now as well, which I really like because it just makes it that much easier, to take with you. Let's talk motion sickness because some people can get it, even on airplane, or if you're traveling by boat and cruises and you're going out perhaps on a little trip. What are some natural ways to prevent that?
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. People can get it sitting in the back seat of the car
Yeah.
or in the passenger seat of the car if you're looking at your phone or reading a book. So you want to make sure that you are, number one, before your trip, well hydrated.
Okay.
So think 24 to 48 hours before you leave, make sure you are drinking lots of water. That will help. The next thing, ginger is a natural remedy. I mean, ginger root, you can chew on a piece of ginger, you can drink ginger tea. There's lots of really delicious ginger candy. I know you're just talking candy, but ginger can be really helpful. And then something simple like nuts, good source of fat, a little bit of protein. Crackers, have those on hand, have some packages in your carry-on. Simple protein like egg, for example, is really easy. And then, if you're going somewhere, we have these Power Ranger bands. So these are the motion sickness wristbands, and they
Yeah.
do work really well.
Let's talk sleep because you may be traveling and you're going into a different time zone. If people can be affected by that, and plus your sleep is off completely, right? You might be going out later and getting up earlier. How can we support our sleep while we're traveling?
Yes. So you can support your sleep by incorporating foods that have melatonin in them. So melatonin helps, it's like a hormone that helps your body reset itself. It's produced in the night when you're sleeping. It helps you get a better quality of sleep. So, I mean, you can do it in a supplement form as well. If that's something, you take it when you're into a new time zone until your body adjusts. Or there are foods like cherries, kiwis, I have some bananas, pineapple. These all contain natural sources of melatonin. So everyone that's heading down south where these are probably in season right now, incorporate some of these into your diet and they can help improve your sleep.
Another thing to keep in mind is, those cuts and scrapes you may get while on vacation, bites and stings, let's be honest, they're different insects, right? I mean, that we're not used to. But you have some real natural ways of preventing things getting itchy and getting too sore.
Right. So obviously you're going to take precautions if you're bringing bug spray or covering up, and especially when, night starts to fall, when the bugs come out. But if you do get like cuts or scrapes, you want to make sure you clean the wound. Bring a couple simple things with you. What I like to bring, lavender essential oil is a great antiseptic, especially if you don't have anything else on hand. You can use that for cleansing. And tea tree, vitamin E, these types of things are really great to put onto a wound to help with healing. And then some simple things. You talked a little bit about baking soda. So, baking soda, make it into a little paste, put it onto a sting, put it onto a bite. That is really great to help take the itch out. Same thing with vinegar. A little bit of
Okay.
vinegar onto bites help to take the itch out. And honey, sort of a hair of the dog here, honey
Yeah.
is great on bee stings, believe it or not. And then I really like this. So if you're somewhere, you get a bug bite and it's really itchy, especially if you have a little one. These are just like cucumber skins. Peel
Okay.
a cucumber, you put it on top, and it helps to take off the itch and any sort of aggravation. And it can also be beneficial for sunburns too, just to help with that cooling
Right.
process.
Very cool. All right, got about 60 seconds left here. Let's talk
Yeah.
hydration again. You did mention water off the top, but again, you know, at those all-inclusive resorts, people can get carried away and forget how important hydration is.
Yes. So you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of bottled water, especially if you're on a resort somewhere. And you want to be balancing off all of those maybe caffeinated drinks or alcohol based drinks with ample amounts of water because water will help your body to flush out toxins. And with the higher temperatures, you need to make sure that you're staying hydrated because dehydration can wreak havoc on your system. You can end up with like stomach issues
Mm.
because you're not hydrated enough. It helps your body to be able to flush the toxins out of your system. So when you are starting your day, the first thing you should be turning towards, make sure you start your day drinking lots of water.
Excellent. Always great advice as usual, Joyce. Thanks so much for joining us. And again, as Joyce says, start with water and then throughout the day, don't forget, keep on drinking water, remain hydrated. We'll be right back after this.